What's up, guys? Here with the 2008 Honda Element. Nice music. It's due for a coolant flush, and basically what that means is you get the old coolant out. Why do we do that? Like everything else, oil, brake fluid, power steering, the properties that make it what it is, they start to break down over a while. The chemicals all wear out. Coolant obviously cools down the car. It gets heated up day in, day out, boiling temperatures, everything. So like everything, it gets contaminated. So for your basic needs, obviously your coolant. This is a Honda Acura. I always like to stick to basically factory stuff. I always trust that. So we got some of that. We need a funnel when you refill, a pan to drain it out into. Alright. Also, it doesn't hurt to have a, like a monkey wrench, some pliers or something to get the petcock, petcock out, which is what holds all the fluid from coming out the radiator. Now, underneath here, is your petcock. We all have one. Yes, in your car, petcock, right there. Now this is a piece of plastic. You want to be very careful, very gentle, because that could crack and then you're screwed. There is a tool that's made for it. It's basically a socket with a, sliced down the middle, so you could get right onto it and get uniform pressure throughout. I was lucky enough to get the monkey wrench or pliers at an angle and kind of just crack it loose. So, but before you even do that, to relieve some of the pressure off the system, you got a radiator cap up here. I'm going to put the pen down right now. You got a radiator cap. Now, this car was running for a while. Kind of noisy out there. So yeah, the car's been out for a while in the street driving, what have you. So it's built up pressure, it's built up heat. So you got your cap over here, you got about 15 pounds, and you want to be careful because if you just open this, you could have, coolant sprayed out at you. So I got a, rag over here covering it. I'm going to push down and turn it slowly. This is just a precaution in case there's any pressure built up in the system. It won't shoot out. Alright, so we're good now. We let the car cool off just enough, but if you had the car sitting overnight, I'd say go ahead and do it. Now if you just came back from work and you wanted to do this, take this off very slowly. So, ready to drain it. Got my bucket. You want to put it in the direction that it's going to flow out of. Now don't be afraid, because either it might come out heavily or it might just come out as a little drip. Just give it time. Now what also might happen is it might get on your cover over here, might drip out that way, might drip out this way, so just be ready. There you go. You see? Now that's gonna go for quite some time. Still going, still draining, and draining, and draining, and draining. Give it time. Alright, it's gone. All the coolant's out, most of it. Just drooping now. This is the petcock. Oops. I pulled it all the way out so it could drain a little quicker. Still took a while. Now it's gonna be wet around here, don't worry. That's fine. Just as you're draining it, you are gonna get some on you. Now as you're tightening it, just make sure the threads don't cross. And you just gotta hand tie it. Right there. Okay. I'm gonna wipe it off later, obviously. Alright, now we're gonna fill it. Where your funnel comes into play. There's a tool that they sell on Amazon where it's like a big yellow bucket, and it's like a big yellow ball. It almost looks like it screws right into the head of the radiator, kind of using these two ridges that are in there. And what it is you fill it up and it starts to flow, and once it's up to its limit that it needs, it'll not take anymore. And the good thing about it is that it has like a little stick that you just shove it in to the where it's flowing through, and that's basically where it needs to stop. So the excess you just drain back into the container. But I'm going to do it the old-fashioned way of filling it up, and it's going to overflow obviously. Now once you feel like you've had it to the good enough level, you start up the car. You let it run. It's gonna bubble out. Now a good way to check it is when the fans turn on, that means you're good. You've gotten hot enough and you've gotten the amount of coolant that you need. Yeah, fill it slow because you're gonna have air bubbles. All of a sudden you might have a little overflow issue, you think, but that's just the air bubbles taking up space. The little blue coolant. Yeah, you can hear it starting to make its way through. You hear all the air bubbles coming out. Let's see where we're at. Alright, we're getting there. Still got a little bit more coolant over here. Alright, so now it's full. I didn't fill it up all the way because we're going to start it up and let all the air bubbles come out. It's gonna start to get hot. You're gonna see some steam come out. Now remember, with your old coolant, just put it back in the bottle and give it to you know, your local gas station, local parts store. They have to take it back. Don't throw it out in the grass or whatever, because eventually you and I are gonna drink that. Also, if you take a look over here, well, this is a 2008 Element. I don't know what year or different models, but you got a reservoir here. Some of the coolant actually flows into there too, so you're gonna want to clean that out also. That's gonna be a 10mm. So it's held down with a 10mm. Probably sits in a little pocket over there. Yep, sits in a little pocket down there. And you take that, you take this out and you empty it. Also, when you're done, you just, you know, fill it up with a little bit below the max line. You know, you don't need that much, just in case. Alright, now I'm just putting it back. Had the engine running. Gonna tighten this. I just had it running until the car got hot or up to running temperature. That way we kind of know we bubbled out everything. Put the cap back on. We're good as gold. Put this cap back on also. Cutting brakes and muffler. Right, but it doesn't also hurt to periodically just check your cap, open it obviously when it's cold, be careful, and just check to see how the overflow tank is. Alright guys, subscribe, comment, like, do whatever you like. Thank you for watching.